Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here, and a happy Sunday morning to you. I just woke up, and it is time to get some War Thunder in. So, a few of you may have known this already, but I just noticed it, that I believe when you look at an event, and you look at the aircraft available, the gold are aircraft that you do not have. The white is aircraft that you do have. So that is pretty cool, as it kind of shows you which aircraft you can lock into. And I was like, oh, my old system, and it was kind of silly because I didn't even bother to check. I just X'd out, and then I tried to remember and start putting planes in. But when you click on the event, you can change aircraft, and the ones in gold are aircraft that are available, which is pretty cool. Here you see the I-16 Type 18 is gold, and then the IL-2 is gold, and there you see it right there. So that is pretty convenient. It makes changing out aircraft for these events rather seamless, and I like that. Alright, so we will change up our lineup, and it looks like we need one more aircraft to participate, at least have a full lineup for what I have available right now. And it looks like I'd have to purchase an aircraft, and I've actually been looking to check out the Lag 3s in Historical. So we'll go buy one of those, as it's only 7,000 lions, and we've blown a lot of lions. Yeah, we'll put you in a service right there. Alright, so yeah. So let's take a look at the events for today. I'm enjoying that they change basically every 24 hours. So for arcade mode, you have the Battle of Mozdok-Malgabek, which is a defensive operation. It looks like each one has these kind of strategic heavy bombing targets, I believe. And as the Russians have their Peshka dive bombers. Hey, Emperor Honorable. I do like your name. Fly would definitely like your name. Excuse me. So the Russians have the Peshka dive bombers, and we'll get into this. We're going to check out both the historical and arcade events in this video. So we got the Peshkas, and then with the Germans you have your Heinkel 111s, all the Stukas you want, and then one of my new favorite bombers right now, if you're kind of a heavy medium bomber type, since it's tier 4, it's not really a heavy bomber and it's twin engine, so it's technically a medium bomber, but the Junkers 88 Schnell bomber, which basically means fast bomber. I'm really enjoying that. So you know what? I'm gonna change up my lineup so I can use it, and it's tier 5. So we'll basically load up the highest tiered stuff because we want to have the best advantage. I want to see if those are strategic targets. I would love to bomb them. And I love my troll cannons there. But I'm thinking I want to use bombs. I really want to get in and see if we can't drop some ordnance on these targets. If they are what I think they are. They are who we thought they were. You know that quote? Oh man. That just makes me laugh thinking about it. Alright. So we're going to go with the D3. So yeah, the arcade event for today is Mozdok-Malgabek. And given it's arcade and you can play as the Russians or the Germans seem to be more lined up. You have the best fighter out of the group because you got your Yak-7B as the Russians. And we'll take a quick look at that. Get out of here. Yeah, Yak-7B, tier 5. Yeah, the Germans definitely have the best fighter, but they only have one. So as it's arcade and you're likely to lose planes, if you really want to go more the fighter role, you'd go Russian, and if you want to go more the bomber role, I think you would want to go more German. But the Russians do have pretty good ground attack and dive bombers. But I mean, in terms of like medium bombers, I think that with your Heinkel 111 and your Ju-88, actually we want my Heinkel 11 in play, so I'm going to change that out real quickly. Who would we want to drop off, D5 or D3? We drop off the MC202, and there it is, the Heinkel 111H3. So we will use that. So that is your arcade one. The Battle of Berlin, which was a historical battle yesterday, is now the full real battle event. And it is interesting. I took part in it. I played as the Russians. And you saw me get stomped, basically. But that's kind of how this event plays out. If you want the challenge, you play as the Russians. If you kind of want to sit in mediocrity, I'm just teasing you Germans for the seal clubbing that ensues in this event. And then we have the Battle of Britain event, which I will take part in after this. And it looks like the Germans with their E3s and their E1s would be able to... Yeah, the E3 is definitely the biggest fighter on board right now. You have a Tier 5 Mark II. I'm going to take out my Swordfish. So we'll see that when that happens. But let's jump in. Let's take a look at the leaderboards. Leaderboards are pretty cool too. Someone has earned 169,000 Silver Lions already. And it's only been 6 hours in. So we will queue up. It seems to be even players on both sides. And I got a lot of feedback. I put up a video yesterday and it was called Japanese Derp Guns. And I asked what were some of the aircraft you would like to see that basically had what I would call a derp gun, or basically field artillery or anti-tank guns. Or in one case, there was a Junkers 88 with a German 88mm cannon on it. Stuff like that. Those would be derp guns. You put a field weapon or basically artillery on a plane, a plane's fuselage within it, in the nose, all different kinds of combinations, and you fly that. That's what I would consider a derp gun. And there are a lot of them. I'm even interested in maybe showing off some of the screenshots of that. There was so many, and for basically all the nations that you could imagine, there were some. Anyway, I will kick back to the action once we are in a game. Alright, so we are in the queue, and I did just try this once before, and I was in my Heinkel 111H3, and I got sniped by a Sturmovik. But we are in a Ju-88A4, and there's no respawn, so even though it's arcade, there is no respawn. So I opted for my Schnellbomber, as we will be a lot quicker. So we're going to peel out and then go straight for those targets right there. So you probably recognize good old Schnellbomber from the fact that I just put up a video the other day where we flew this on an event in historical battle game modes. And we were able to sneak back. There was 3 of us, Intech Star and myself, and we were to sneak back on Kuban, or Kuban, I believe it's pronounced, and we were able to bomb every ship, which was pretty cool, as I've never actually gotten to do that before, because oftentimes if you're in a bomber and you're in a historical battle mission, you are considered easy prey for most fighters, unless of course you're B-17. So this is going to be interesting with the no respawn. I'm trying to figure out what I should do. I'm wondering if I should hang back or if I should kind of Schnellbomber my way over there. Looks like that base is right on this side of the river. All 3 of them are. So this is Mostock again. Look at the river. Little villages and towns. Our tanks are going up to engage these pillboxes and stuff. We don't have a bottom-facing gunner on our Schnellbomber. Oh, we do. So basically right there, next to my 250 kilo bombs, is my gunner. So that will allow us, assuming we survive our first bombing attack, to kind of be able to strafe low ground targets. So I'm separated and the other bombers kind of hung back. And I guess I'm not really playing like a medium bomber. I was kind of planning on going as a dive bomber. But so we're going to curve back because most people seem to be, or there was enough holding altitude at very, very high altitude to where I would be, if I was isolated, a very kind of easy and juicy looking target for most enemy fighters. But my objective first is all those little base areas over there. We're going to see the experience that those give. And then those vehicles would be prime targets for strafing with our basically underbelly gunner. Yep, BF-109 sitting up high. Yeah, we need that guy to... I might have to start schnelling down. Alright, that guy is looking like he's coming close. We are going to dive at this point and hope we can just kind of force our way through. That Ju-88 should be doing the same. Yeah, so that BF-109 is peeling off, choosing another target. I think we may have this. My mouse cord is getting caught, and it is unacceptable right now. We have a dot relatively close. We've seemed to pick up a friend. Go home. Alright. Jinking as much as we can. We already have a fuel leak. Can we get these bombs off? Ah, so tough. Like, our tail is already taken out. How many? We got 3 ground targets before we died. Rather unfortunate, but we kind of tried to do this event in maybe not the best way. And that was going as a bomber. So we'll return to hangar, check the score real quick. And that was mostly a test to see if bombing was viable on these events. It was rather surprising how easily we got damage to a tier 5 fighter. 1760 Lions. Not the best. But you know what we're going to do? I'll tell you what we're going to do. Where's my baby? There you are. Oh man, not very upgraded. You know what time it is, right? It is time to go into the other event. Battle of Britain, which is the historical battle event. We're going to fly our swordfish. So I will let you know when we get into the battle. Alright, we are back. We had a wait time of about 33 seconds, and the queue had about 40 Germans and 10 British lined up. And that just goes to show that many players are still going for the easy route in most of these events, which is just kind of sad in a way. But we're flying a swordfish, and I know there's ships right around there. So destroyer, we're going to peel out. And this is 29 kilometers away. So I tell you what, I'm going to cut to when I get closer, because I'm flying through the clouds right now. It's early in the morning, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about. Aside from the beautiful chrome that's all over this plane, and the fact that this guy in the middle, what does he do really, you know? What's that guy doing there? Anyway, we'll cut to the action when we get there. Alright, so we have been flying for what seems like 5 minutes, and I can see the dots, enemy dots. Most of them seem to be going for my friendly fighters. There's BF-110, lots of dots diving. One is diving on this Blenheim, who just... Where's the Blenheim go? He dead? Yeah, he is dead. Spud died. I think he got shot down by that destroyer. So that is unfortunate. But what these guys are really doing is attracting attention to an area where I don't want anyone to be. I'm very vulnerable, and I'm still 9 kilometers out from that target. If anyone sees me and opts for an easy kill, As opposed to a good battle, they will pursue me and likely shoot me down as I've gone for the fairy swordfish. It is a risk, but you know what? We have had a rather nice flight. A lot of rather beautiful scenic countryside. There's these little roads, and they're almost in these recessed kind of valleys in a way. And I think if you had a squad and you didn't mind running for, we gotta turn this way, and we gotta get a little lower, I think, because there are, ooh, yikes, there are enemy BF-109s in the area right now. We're dodging trees by what, 5 meters probably. I need them. Okay, here's a nice little ravine that I'm gonna hop in, I think. Little road, recessed a bit, so I can use the natural terrain kind of as cover. I'm hoping. That's the theory. He's 5.83. I cannot tell if, no, he's moving away. Alright. So we're on this secret mission once again, and you know I love these things. I think ever since the first time I tried one of these in a Poe 2, and I did some swordfish, and I just did my Junkers 88. Alright, so right over here it looks like we can hop in. I think we got this, guys. Low and slow. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Assuming we don't clip ourselves on a tree, which would be funny. And here we have the nice white cliffs of Dover. Ooh, that guy. Stay on that spit. Oh god, that's not looking good. Cargo ship. We're gonna fire at whatever target is easiest to manage, because this guy sees us and he is not honorable. So we have moments to launch on a target. Destroyer, please don't kill me. Oh my goodness, this is not good, but you know what, it's gonna work anyway. Please, torpedo. Oh. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? That was terrible. Wow. We failed. All that work in our swordfish. And our torpedo. You know what we needed? What we needed right there in that case was we needed those Japanese torpedoes with the wooden tails. And this guy just opted not to fight today. That was helpful. Thank you. But yeah. A little unfortunate. We tried so hard with our swordfish. I may give that another go. If you guys have a successful one, let me know how it went. But it just didn't work out. Just didn't work out. We need wooden-tailed torpedoes. Look at those landing techniques. That's how I land still. Anyway, I'm Baron, and those are the events for today. And we tried to go bomber in both of them, and we failed both times. Because not every day do you have the best results. Anyway, I'm Baron, and as always, thanks for watching that. Look at this. This just fails all day, and he is bouncing. He's got hydraulics in that Spitfire Mark IIA. That's actually a feature most people are not aware of, is the hydraulics. I'm Baron. Thanks for watching. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here, and check out this lineup. This is the new Japanese heavy derp cannon lineup. We got the Kai 96 and the Kai 102. This is just heavies with big cannons. So we are going to go to battle with the Kai 102 Otsu here. And we are going to check them out. And we are on the top of the world right now. This map is awesome. One of my favorite arcade maps, simply for how scenic it is. But so let's discuss. Why is this a derp cannon?